Welcome back to one of the Bears Travel Plays YouTube channel. Today is Friday, November 8th, and I'm back breaking down some more college football for the Friday night slates. We're going to be looking at the Iowa Hawkeyes going up against the UCLA Bruins tonight. I'll have my best game pick and my two best player props of the entire slate. Before we get to those plays, though, let's take a look at the recap from Thursday. We have App State money line. This game has gotten out of hand a little bit. It's 17-3 now in favor of Coastal. Coastal took the ball 7-0, went right down the field. App State also went right down the field. But Aguilar got a little bit excited on a play action. It was a wide open touchdown. Transferred the ball just slightly late, and then got hit from the D end. Fumbled. Coastal went down this field and scored. Then Aguilar threw a pick on the 50, and then Coastal Carolina got 3. So now it's 17-3. Probably the worst start we could possibly have, but it's still a lot of game left, still in the second quarter. CJ Campbell, over 54.5 rushing. That is going up against ECU. FAU is currently down 21-0. I figured that's what it was going to be. Campbell is most likely still going to get some work. He does have 10 yards so far. That one is very early in the second quarter as well. So I do think he's still going to get some work in the second half. So hopefully that one does pan out for us. Then Caden Robinson, he's going to be used a lot in the second quarter on. He has not been targeted yet for App State. Over 88.5 receiving yards. Jackson has been the guy so far. 2 big catches. Robinson being double teamed, of course, because he's been the go-to guy all season long. So that one's still got a lot of game left as well, but we're going to be looking at our play for Friday night. We got a big game here. This game matters. It's going to be Iowa going up against UCLA. Both of these teams have been playing some pretty good football over the last couple of weeks, especially the Bruins, who started off the year rough, but they are starting to hit their stride at the perfect time. Iowa has clinched a bowl this season. They have won back-to-back games, having 6 wins on the year, but the UCLA Bruins, they only have 3 wins this season. They need to run the table to be bowl eligible. I would absolutely love to back UCLA here. I think they're playing some really good football, but the Hawkeyes, they're also playing some great football. They're also scoring a lot of points over the last couple games. This is a completely different team this season. They put up 42 points last week. 42 against Wisconsin. That's a very good team, usually defensively. The week before that, they put up 40 points against Northwestern. So that's 2 defenses in the Big Ten that last season or in previous seasons. We see this team play field position, play the pump battle, trade off field goals back and forth, but not this year. They scored 40-plus points in both of those games. They've scored 40-plus points in 3 of the last 4 games, only losing 1 of those games against Michigan State over the last 4. The Bruins are coming into this game with back-to-back wins going up against Rutgers and Nebraska. I'm not entirely sure if that Nebraska is a big win now because Nebraska is a dead dog. I understand that UCLA needs to run the table. They need to win this game to be bowl eligible. I just don't see that happening. The Hawkeyes, if they can score 40 points per game, they're going to be a tough team to beat. Their defense has always been one of the best in the country. They are still one of the best defenses this season, ranked 20th in the country. They're going to go with their backup quarterback, it looks like, once again in this game. Doesn't matter. He went in the last game. They still dominated Wisconsin. They're going to try to do everything on the ground in this game. I know that UCLA's got a pretty good rushing defense, but I just don't think it's going to matter. Northwestern didn't matter. Wisconsin didn't matter. The Hawkeyes are just playing some great football right now. They're going to control the ball. They're going to not make a lot of mistakes. We're going to see great defense. They're going to win this game by a touchdown. Give me them -6 as the play here. Let's go over to some player props for this game. We're going to start with Caleb Johnson, over 126.5 rushing yards against UCLA. This would normally be a tough ask for anybody else in the country, but it's not for Caleb. He's going to be going up against one of the better rushing defenses this season. They're giving up around 100 yards per game on the ground. UCLA is, but I just don't think it's going to matter. They got some beef up front. Iowa does. They're going to be able to run the ball. That's what they've been doing the entire season. This is a run-first team. Caleb Johnson, whenever he gets in the open field, it's a tough guy to bring down on the season. 170 touches, 1,300 rushing yards, 19 touchdowns. He's averaging nearly 8 yards per carry. He has been a workhorse for this team the entire year, and the lowest amount of rushing yards he's had on the season, 86. That was against Ohio State. He still hit the over in that game. He's gone over 100-plus rushing yards in 7 of the last 9 games he's been in, and that includes 135 yards in the last game going up against Wisconsin off 24 carries, having 3 scores in that game. They are not going to abandon the run in this game. Even if he starts out slow, they're going to give him the ball 15-plus times. First play of the day is going to be the workhorse, Caleb Johnson, over 126.5 rushing. For the second play of the day, we're going to be looking at California going up against Wake Forest. I'm going to take one of the better players for this Cal offense. Give me the tight end, Jack Entries, to go over 62.5 receiving yards going up against Wake. He has been targeted a ton. 34 catches, 421 yards, a couple scores. He's coming off a game against Oregon State, having 55 yards, 6 catches. But California, over the last 3 games, they've been looking his way a lot more. He only had a combined 11 catches of the first 4 games of the season, having less than 25 yards in 3 of those 4 games. But over the last 3 games, he's been targeted a ton. He has 6+ catches in every game, a total of 23 with 276 yards. So really, he's gotten the majority of his numbers on the season over the last 3 games. This has been their go-to guy recently. This is going to be a very friendly matchup going up against Wake Forest. They're giving up a ton of yards per game, over 300+ yards per game. This is one of the worst secondaries in college football. I'm going to go with Jack here, have himself a day. Over 62.5 receiving yards as the final player prop. Let's go over to the recap graphic. We're going to go with the Hawkeyes, -6. I do expect this to be a very good game. But, I mean, you got to look at Iowa over the last couple games. 40+, 40+, 40+. We have not seen that in a very, very long time. I'm going to take them -6 against UCLA. Jack Entries over 62.5 receiving against Wake Forest. And then Caleb Johnson over 126.5 rushing yards going up against UCLA. Guys, that's going to do it for the NCAA football plays and props for Friday, November 8th slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please share, drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.